Yes, we are in the season. We are starting up a season of the rain, and I'd like you guys to understand. Here I am in the gazebo of these guys, a mother farm right now. But today I want to explain a number of things to you because right now we are entering into the season of the rain. You get. Um, we discussed a lot some time back that different seasons you have different drugs and you have different diseases that always attack your farm. So basically now we are out of the dry spell. We are now entering into the season of the rain. There is a diarrhea that has been taking place, that have been moving. Actually, it also hit us. We had some animals that had a lot of diarrhea, but we had dewormed. We didn't have those watery grasses like moist grasses. We didn't have anything that would bring diarrhea because the animals were feeding on the dry grass. You very well know that if the season is on of the dry spell, everything is dry. So we were not expecting any diarrhea, but it really happened and persisted. So we had to check out, because for us, when we see a clinical sign of something, of course, we know something has caused it. So diarrhea is a sign of something, that there is uncomfort in the stomach, maybe there is poor digestion, maybe there is toxicity. So for us, when we find an issue of that kind, we try to find out what could be the cause, what is causing that. But we finally discovered that I think it was a viral diarrhea, because we did not see anything that was causing that, because we were deworming in time and everything. So what we had to do, we did not go for we call it what, for the laboratory. We were just doing a tentative diagnosis. So what we decided to do is what they call random or symptomatic treatment. But we tried all the antidiarrheals, and they were not really very, very effective. But finally, we ended up at the amplorium. All the drugs that have a lot of amplorium is what we used, and it really cleared all the diarrhea that we had. So this Amprocox is a very good one. It's a vitamin, but has amplorium and other drugs like sulfur. Actually, when you look at it, it has amplorium and it has sulfur. So those two really definitely helped us with a lot of vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin K3, all that is in this. The reason why I'm making this video today from here, actually I'm at the farm. I think you can see the background is definitely a farm setup. So I'm at the farm, but I needed to create awareness about what you are supposed to do in the rainy season, um, and how do you equip yourself with the kit of drugs that you need to have in the rainy season. So we have moved out of the dry spell. I told you, in the dry spell, we always use injectable dewormers because most of the worms that we expect to attack us, the humongous worms are one of them. Those tapes are there, but not very common, but mostly humongous worms, those that always cause the inflammation of the jaws, inflammation of the head, is the common worm that always attack us. But the rest of the diseases are not always very common. Maybe anemia, just because of less feeding. Anemia can cause general body weakness, but that needs supplementary and giving animals the feeds that really has a lot of protein and a lot of carbohydrates, so that they gain the energy and they also develop the muscles. So basically, the diseases that were attacking us, or what we expect during the dry spell, are those humongous worms, maybe even anemia, that's a result of poor feeding or something. But for us here, we do silage and everything, so that doesn't affect us. So today, right now, I want to show you what you expect, or which drugs you are supposed to have in the rainy season. What do you expect in the rainy season? One, you expect a load of worms, tapeworms, ringworms, mange mites, even homuncus, they will definitely be there. Why? Because the environment is too conducive for them. So the grasses are more, the ticks will be more, because they all are habitable in that situation. You get it? Whenever you see grass, it is good for the animals, but also good for other infections, bacteria, and so on. So you expect a lot of abscesses, you expect a lot of worms, you expect a lot of ticks, you expect a lot of other bacteria. So equip yourself. So on the beginning of the rain, now we have these fresh grasses, and the animals, their rumen were used to the dry. So now they are changing to fresh. Expect diarrhea. You get it? Those are some of the diseases you expect. Then expect diarrhea, first of all. Expect a lot of worms. Expect a lot of ticks. So what are you going to do? How do you equip yourself for the season? This is the kit that you are supposed to have. I told you, have this. It's an anti-diarrhea, but as well, it clears a lot of infections. In our kit, we have this Amprox. Amprox doesn't mean that it's the only brand name that you're going to use. There are more that you can use. So have that. Have liver fast diamond on onset of the rain, being that we are entering into the moist grass. Please make sure you don't use liver fast on onset of the rain. Use injectable dewormers, which doesn't cause diarrhea. Maybe even albendazole 10% would be very good, but it's not good for pregnant animals. I always want to use universal dewormers. So use injectable dewormers on the onset of the rain, like this bimectin, or you can as well use the I plus. I always recommend I plus as well, but if you can afford to have this, it's also good. Then this is S-dime. This is anti-diarrhea as well. If an animal has a lot of diarrhea, expect it in this season. So also have that. You also have this is tyrosine. So expect a lot of cough, nasal discharge. You also have to have, this is tyrosine, though the trade name is different. It's called macrolan, but the active ingredient is tyrosine. I want you guys to be very, very attentive. If I tell you tyrosine and you only look for tyrosine, if they give you this a different other name, trade name, look at the active ingredient, and you understand what you really, really want. Interflox, this is also anti-diarrhea, and it's also a very good antibiotic, which really helps in diarrhea, which also helps in cough and a lot of things. This is pen and strep. Expect this. This also works a lot on the bacteria, and when you have wounds like now, we expect to have those abscesses. If you cut it, clean it with hydrogen peroxide, then inject with pen and strep. Anything bleeding, this is also very good. Bacillin is also anti-diarrhea. It's also a very good uh, 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 drug, an antibiotic for you to have in your kit. It's very, very good. Respiratory problems, cough, and so on. Also, the mighty oxide 20%. Whenever I find an outbreak, those sudden death, there is a person who told me, hamiisi, my kids, they just die abruptly. I don't know what is the cause. The animal has been good. Hot water should be one of your problems because it is too abrupt, pop, and an animal dies there and then. So if you find it in your flock, this is the only way you can try to prevent it. Use oxide 20%, like maybe 4 mils, and make sure that the animals have it in their body. So there's also what they call the mighty oxide 10%. Oxide 10% is a short-acting drug. This is 20% is a long-acting drug. This takes long to be activated in the body. This reacts as soon as possible. If an animal is very sick, you better use this than this. But they are all oxy. So this is a spray. Now we are going in the rainy season. Expect to have a lot of wounds after cutting the abscesses. You know, the bacteria, we expect them a lot. This is an introvit. This is a vitamin. You can use this. You can use this introvit. You put it in water. So those animals keep getting their immunity. Like now, we have produced kids. We were not expecting rain in this season, in this March. We were expecting rain in May, but abruptly it bumped in, and now we have kids. This helps to increase metabolism of the body of those animals. Then that really helps them to produce very good immunity. So make sure that your new babies or the sick animals, you can do this. You can give this vitamin at least 3 times in a week. It definitely helps. Then this is called Genta. This is gentamicin. It's also an antibiotic, very strong one. It clears a lot of things. So have it with you. You might have diarrhea because we expect it. So this have a relationship. All these drugs you see, Interflox, gentamicin, Baclin, they almost related, but there is some ingredients which are here, which are not here. The ones that are here that are not here, you get. But you better have all of them. This is dexamethasone. There is some people I told about dexamethasone, and they were like, I have not gotten the dexa. But this is also dexa. You look through it, you see the dexamethasone, you see the calvasone, hexasol. There is a lot that means the same. So in your kit, please have also that. I'm also looking at this. This is what in your kits. You know, I told you these are trade names. They always change every day. But look on this. This is iron. You get? I looked here the composition. This is iron. This is ferrum. If an animal is anemic, and this really helps in the production of blood in the animals. You also have it because you never know. You might produce animals which are weaker, which are what. So sometimes this is S-dime boluses. This is also a sulfur, which is also in this, but this is a tablet. You crush and give to an animal. So sometimes we need to use this instead of the injectables. This is also very good S-dime. Have it in your kit. Then also, there is some worms actually that always attacks goats that we don't know, which are the hydatite, and mostly these dewormers do not clear them very well. So we always intend to use ascaten. Ascaten is a dog drug, but sometimes we give it to the goats. If the diarrhea is persistent, you've dewormed, you've done everything, and it is persisting. You might be having a certain worm called hydatine cyst, and it persists. So we sometimes use this on them, and also deworm all the dogs that you have on your farm using the ascaten. So also have it. This glucovit, this is a glucose. More so if you've just shifted the animals from one place to the other, like for us, always change the farm, you know, like that. When they come and you're handling them in the quarantine, this is part of the glucose that you might have. You might have this normal glucose, or those animals that have gotten a lot of diarrhea, they have lost energy and everything. This is a very good booster. You also have some in your kit. This is the kaolin. Those animals that really had a lot of diarrheas. This also helps us to absorb the toxins in the rumen of the animals. Most of the diarrhea is a lot. If an animal has eaten even toxic weeds or something, this is very, very good. There is also some drug that is missing, which we call stop bloat. Most of the time, if an animal gets bloat, like expansion of the stomach or the rumen very fast, you can use stop bloat. Also, don't forget it in your kit. Stop bloat, hydrogen peroxide, we don't have it now here. We would show it to you. And also in your kit, you must also have the the acaricide. I want to be very clear with the acaricide. This acaricide works well, very, very well, and but doesn't mean that all the animals, all the farms you're going to be using this. You keep rotating it. So for us, we are ending next month to use this, and we shall tune to another acaricide. We might probably go to milbitras, we might probably go to sangatras, or we shall go to duodip. It will depend. But we have really been using this, and it has been very, very effective. So this, don't mix it with this, because this is toxins. This is an acaricide. So also in your kit, don't forget to have this. You also have to have a hypodermic syringe, the one you use to inject the automatic. The vaccines, we can't display them here. They are in the fridge, but we always have them. For the new babies now, we have babies that are going to make, they are 1 week. We are waiting for them to make the second week, and we vaccinate for off disease, the one that always attacks the mouth. It always attacks actually very young kids. So basically, that's what we shall be doing. So guys, that's what I really wanted to explain to you. Have your kit prepared for a season, because the season is in and we have to move. But these are all very cheap drugs. When I look here up to here, I might spend like over 300,000 or 400 to buy all this. And if you have smaller number of animals, you can take longer for restocking. Or even if you spend 500,000, this drug doesn't mean that your animals are sick, but this is just to prepare yourself for the worst. Let me just wish you the best, guys, and bye for now. See you when you see me again.